Hi, John Woodcock. How are you? I can't believe it's Friday already. What a week! It's really gone by very, very quickly. Loads of phone calls, lots of Zoom meetings. Held a brilliant training session on Tuesday with some fantastic people on board, very engaging, asking lots of questions. So thank you very much indeed. Training session was on business planning and strategy and sort of looking at how we can all work together about leaving lockdown, which I think is probably one of the key things that everybody is looking for at this moment in time. I've got some new training that will be happening. We've got on Tuesday next week, we've got the social media and marketing strategy training session again. Keeps getting asked for. It's fully booked already, so look out for some new dates on that one as well. We've got an introduction to funding during COVID-19 will be on the 1st of July again. And we're also going to be holding another business planning and strategy one, and that will be on the 8th of July. We've got some new training coming out as well, so keep an eye on those on the events page on our website, and also on our social media content that's coming out all the time, and obviously from my social media as well. Just want to say a huge thank you to lots of people, to be fair, but I'll just take a small snippet of those. Alison Morley and Alina Gujar from Norton House. Brilliant Zoom meeting the other day, along with my colleague Krupa. So thank you very much. I think, it was well over an hour that we were talking. I think we put the world to rights and some as well, I think. Rob Spence, a very good friend of mine, who is the founder and owner of Paragon Sales Solutions. They were involved in some of our volunteering on calls out to sort of charities and the non-profit. So some of their work has been integral, as well as the other volunteers that have been included as well. Stephen Mather, he is a fantastic solicitor, really good. He'll understand that. Liam Deasy, what a guy. Also, like I say, from Memphis, we've had a couple of decent chats. What Liam is doing over at Memphis as the fundraising and marketing manager is absolutely fantastic. So kudos to you, young man. Well done. I would also like to put a shout out to AJ Mystery, Luke Perkins and Katie Ford from BHIB. They were on a previous training session, on the funding training session last week. And they were fantastic on being on there. The big partners to Val. So thank you very much for taking the time to be on that training session and also helping out as and when we can. I'd also say a big, finally and not least, a gentleman called Keith Mabbott, who I have recently been introduced to. If you don't know Keith Mabbott, he's the founder and CEO for the Street Soccer Foundation. So I took the time out to have a conversation with him this week. What they do is amazing, and what I'll do is I'll drop their link in with this video. I would say that you really do need to have a bit of a look at this, and I personally will be looking towards helping Keith out in the Street Soccer Foundation a little bit more. This week has been, amongst other things, Small Charities Week. For me, one of the things that I posted the other day is that you might be small, but you are mighty. That's not just me in stature, because I'm only a short guy. But ultimately, what you do as a small charity is brilliant, absolutely brilliant. You are so integral to everything that you do, what you provide to your service users, but most definitely to your local community. I read today, actually it was very early this morning, but ultimately that the non-profit sector faces a £12 billion in financial losses this year. It's huge, absolutely huge. And for me, it's charities and non-profits are never more needed than they are. And what we've shown over the last 13 weeks, how we've become so important to local communities and more socially as well. And that sort of locally and on a national basis. It's really, really important that we support one another. We are never more needed than we are today. For me is, what do you need today for your tomorrow? Think about that for a second. I think we need to be talking to one another. We need to be supporting one another. We need to be planning on how we can help each other moving forward. Not just leaving lockdown, not just coming into, going through the summer and through into the autumn and then Christmas. It's, looking towards 2021. That's where we need to be looking towards, supporting each other towards and further. My name's John Woodcock. How can I help you today?